Hey there folks, how are we getting on? Welcome to a little video that is a bit outside my usual wheelhouse. We're going to take a look at a very easy modding solution for The Outer Worlds 2 here, and attempt to improve the game's performance, because as we can see from the top right corner there, I brought up the FPS overlay to make it a bit clearer, the performance is not the best. We are in the first town here, Fairfield, and yeah, the FPS is certainly not where we'd like it to be. But we can do something about this, fortunately. So, before we go any further, little FYI for you. I was provided a copy of the game by Xbox and Obsidian free of charge, so that is a little disclosure for you. Not really a sponsored video in the sense that they don't know anything about this video, but they did provide me a copy of the game, so I am obliged to let you know about that, so there is your heads up. However, let's push on to improving the performance, because as we can see, here in town, it is not great. So, let's jump into first person and have a little wander around. As you can see, things are not looking particularly fantastic. Once we get out of town, to be fair, it will improve, and it's surprisingly smooth given how terrible the actual numbers are. But, yeah, that really won't do. So, I know a lot of people talking about is it badly optimized or so on and so forth, but to be honest, optimization is a poorly understood term and rarely used accurately, so it's not a particularly helpful discourse there. However, it does seem to be the case that there are a couple of adjustments that could have been made to the Unreal Engine, particularly the settings of it, by the devs that apparently were not, that would have improved performance here. So, this mod that we're going to download and install, which is dead easy to do, by the way, if you are concerned about that, it's really just copy and paste, really. This mod is basically going to make those tweaks and significantly improve the performance of the game. So, obviously, this is a PC-only solution. Unfortunately, mods are not available on console, as far as I'm aware, and I don't have one to test it anyway, so apologies for not being able to help you on that front, but hopefully this will be useful to a few people anyway. So, let's hop on out and actually have a look at how to mod this. Okay, so modding The Outer Worlds 2 is a relatively simple procedure, and particularly with this mod. And I know not everybody is a particularly experienced modder, and I know some people won't feel particularly confident about doing this, but it is really simple if you do want to give it a go. Caveat as always, obviously, at your own risk, and so on and so forth. Theoretically, modding can break your game. This shouldn't, but, you know, don't do anything crazy and you should be okay. That said, I'm not going to take responsibility if you do break your game. Anyway, with that out of the way, we need to head over to Nexus Mods, so that's nexusmods.com, you see it up the top there, and we're going to need to find The Outer Worlds 2. I've already put it into my games, but if you need to find it yourself, you just need to search for it at the top there. You will also need an account, so that certainly does help, and as per usual, you just sign in at the top as you would with just about any other service you might need an account for. So, we're going to jump onto The Outer Worlds 2. And actually, the mod we want is right here on the trending mods. It is the most popular mod available at the moment. The game's only been out for a matter of moments, so the number of mods is very limited at the moment. 42. It's actually jumped since I last looked. Not surprising, but there we go. So, what we're going to do is I'm not actually going to click this because it's possible by the time you go and look for it yourself, this may not be up to date anymore. So what we'll do is we'll go down to the mod section. In fact, we'll go all the way down and hit View More down here. So this should give us access to all the mods, which is helpful. I'm going to go with sort by unique downloads, as, well, it's the most downloaded mod at the moment. It's also, I think, the first one that was uploaded to the Nexus, so that might have something to do with it too. Anyway, this is the one I'm using. Optimized tweaks, The Outer Worlds 2, reduced stutter, improved, etc, by VinGFX. Seems to be pretty good so far. So, we're going to open that up, and if you have logged in, you should be able to download it pretty easily. So you've got instructions here on the background to the mod and how to install it just a little further down here. So we'll have a quick look at that. Mod changes many Unreal Engine variables, which the game's developers mostly left at the default values, resulting in improvements. Basically, FPS and some other bits and pieces. So, download one of the main files, extract the pack file to your ... arkansas/content/packs/mods folder, which you may have to create. I certainly did, and it's as simple as that. So, what you need to do is come up here to the files page, go to the main files here, and you've got a few options. Honestly, unless you really are running it on an ancient PC, and you probably shouldn't be, then the one you really want is just the base version. It's the one I've gone for. So hit manual download, and then you'll have options. If you've got a premium paid account, you can go fast download. If you don't, hit slow download. It takes slightly longer. I've already done this, so I'm not going to. But yeah, click that. Wait, not very long at all, because it really isn't a particularly large file. What's the size on this one? 4 kilobytes. There you go. Tiny. So with that out of the way, it should be in whatever location you download to. If you can't find it, you can always go up to your downloads option up at the top here, which I don't currently have shown, and click show in folder, or show on disk, one or the other. But it's over here. Next important thing we need to do is unzip this. Relatively easy. I've got 7-zip, and it's an easy way of doing that. If you don't have something along these lines to unzip compressed folders with, you might need to grab something. 7-zip, I believe, is available from the Windows Store for free, so there's an easy option. We're just going to go extract all, right where it is. There we go. So that's the full-size version. Now, we need to know where we're going to put the contents of this folder next, and as per usual, that is into one of the subfolders of your game's installation. So, the easiest way to find that if you're not familiar is to go over to Steam, hit the icon up here, right-click, go down to Manage, and then go to Browse Local Files. Okay, once you click that, that will bring you up the location of your game install, which is here. In my case, that's on the D drive. For you, it'll be wherever you tell Steam to install your games, and then it'll be Steam, Steam Apps, Common, The Outer Worlds 2. This bit will be the same. So the location that we need to install this was listed over on the mod page. So if we go back to the description, you can find it here. But to save you some hassle, let's get that away as well. What we're going to do is go into the Arkansas folder for some reason. I did try and find out why it was called that. I still have no idea. Then we want to go to Content and Packs. And in here, you will need to create this mods folder. So that's the tilde and then mods as a single word here. Like that. There you go. It may well not be there. If it's not, create it yourself. If it is there, yeah, that's one less thing for you to do. So we're going to open that up. And this is where we need to drop the mod. So, back to where we unzipped the mod before, which is still in my downloads folder. We're going to open up the folder, dead easy, single file in here. And all we're going to do is drag that and drop it. Simple as that. Now that is moved into the game's install, and your game is modded. Dead easy. So, at that point, we'll get rid of those. We'll open up the Outer Worlds 2, and let's see whether or not we've got improved performance. Okay, so here we go, back in Fairfield, back in the game, and as we can see, that is a sizable jump, and if I remember correctly, that was doubling the FPS compared to what we had before. I think we were struggling to keep it at 30 before, and now we're sitting just over 60. Still not stunning, I will concede, however, quite a sizable improvement, and definitely makes for a much easier life when wandering around. So if we jump out, yeah, that is much smoother. We're dipping back a bit now, we're moving. And to be fair, if we head out of town, we will see a significant improvement in the frame rate. So I will run out of town and show you that, but still, this is quite a big difference. Okay, so we're a little bit out of town now, not very, very far, but still, we have moved a little bit out of town. As we wander down the road, we can see the frames are considerably more stable and better than they were in town. Hopefully, Obsidian will be able to dive in and make further improvements in upcoming patches and the like. Doubtless there will be some. However, that is a whole lot better. Not the most comprehensive test, I'll grant you. Oh look, there's some bots over there. Let's do a little bit of combat, see what happens. Oh, that one's already dead. Well, I'd say that went all right. Wasn't particularly stunning bit of combat, but hey, it illustrates the fact that the frames mostly say okay. We go back this way, it does kind of dip a little bit and we look towards town, but still not terrible. So, there we go. A very simple mod, dead easy change, little drag and drop to substantially improve the performance of The Outer Worlds 2. I do hope you found that useful and it helped to figure out with your frame rates. It shouldn't have major impacts going on if there are updates to the game, but if in doubt, you can always pull a file out. If you want to undo the modding, it's just a simple case of going back into where you copied the pack file to under that mods folder and deleting it. Job done, and you'll be back to where you were. Dead easy, no problem at all. So, yeah, if you did find the video useful, please consider dropping subs and likes. I very much appreciate. Social media links in the description and channel memberships down below if you'd like to support the channel directly. And of course, we're streaming the Outer Worlds 2 at the moment as well, so if you'd like to join us for that, then keep an eye out weekday evenings. For now, I'll say thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.